Bienvenue à tous. I'm Mark Owen. This is Reporters on France 24. Thank you for joining us. In this edition, we meet the people still searching for answers after the disappearance of their loved ones on the missing flight MH370. The Malaysian Airlines jet fell off the radar mysteriously on its way from Kuala Lumpur to Beijing in March 2014. The search, which has spanned across the Indian Ocean, has now been called off. Our film takes you to Madagascar, where debris from the missing aircraft has been washed ashore. But just 3 pieces of the 30 recovered so far have actually been linked to the doomed flight. Our reporter Renaud Fesseguet travelled with one man seeking answers. His wife and 2 teenage children boarded the flight, never to be seen or heard from again.
3 years on from the disappearance of MH370, the families of the missing refuse to give up their fight for answers. French national MH370 lost his wife and 2 children in the crash. He's now in Madagascar, hoping to spark interest among officials and the local population. Several pieces of debris thought to be from the Malaysian Boeing have washed up on the island's beaches, and there could still be more to find. MH370 aims to draw attention to the unsolved case while remaining on the lookout for any fresh evidence.
We lost our loved ones. We don't know where they are. The investigation has given us nothing, but we're convinced that if the airplane fell into the Indian Ocean, some of the debris ended up here.
MH370 has been tirelessly repeating his stories to the authorities and journalists to keep them interested in the search.
They've been hiding something since the start. I'll give you proof.
After 3 years of hitting dead ends, this mourning father has come up with an explanation that lies far from the official account.
Nothing leads us to believe it was an accident. It wasn't an accident. All the experts say it. The plane was hijacked, and the debris that was found shows signs that the plane was shut down.
What do officials say about that?
All the officials who've taken part in the inquiry say that it's rubbish. Nothing further. But in any case, they haven't given me any other theories.
MH370 is no longer alone in his fight for truth. In Madagascar's capital, Antananarivo, he's been joined by other victims' families from China and Malaysia. After 2 years of online communication, this is the first time they've met face-to-face.
My name is Bai Shon Fu. I live in Beijing and my wife was on the plane.
My name is Jiang Hui. My mother was on the plane.
My name is Grace and my mother was on MH370. The reason we've come here, all 7 of us, is to this is a response to the lack of action by the Malaysian authorities. Nothing was being done about the debris that was washing up here.
Gathered together in Madagascar, the families head out to meet Blaine Gibson, an American who found most of the washed-up plane pieces himself. He decided to join the search after watching news coverage of the missing plane at home in California.
When I first popped up was when I went to the 1-year commemoration in Kuala Lumpur and met some of the family members. I thought, this is something where maybe I can make a difference.
Gibson found 15 pieces of debris over 9 months, not entirely by chance. Scientific studies on drifts and currents led him to the Malagasy coast, which he thought was one of the most likely places for the debris to run aground.
This is consistent with the debris that has been recovered, and it indicates some other areas where debris could be found. The other interesting thing here is that he shows that all of the debris has been recovered on the African side and none on the Australian side.
The families of the missing have taken this as proof that the Australian search operation in the southern Indian Ocean has been looking in the wrong place all along. The 3-year search, costing close to $200 million, has come up with nothing. Hoping to keep the investigation open, the families have organized a press conference. They aim to draw attention to the plane parts already found in Madagascar.
I believe that if the aeroplane fell into the water, there'd be a large amount of debris everywhere. The debris could have definitely travelled very far, yes.
Would it really take them that long?
No, perhaps they would have been on the beaches for a long time. They're not appearing now. They reached here a long time ago. They've been here for more than a year.
More pieces of debris would mean more evidence. Expert analysis could reveal where and why the Malaysian plane crashed, but no one else has come looking for them. The truth behind the disappearance of flight MH370 might lie somewhere along the African island's coast. It's a final fragile hope for the families to cling to.
We are trying to actually gain more people to understand the situation and then also to help out to look out for this debris. Because with finding the debris, it might actually help them to search where's the location of the airplane. So
you are still very emotional in the story.
Yes, yes, definitely.
There's surely some debris on the coast, and we hope that people are going to bring us back debris. On top of that, we've also made booklets like this one. It explains how we collect the debris and what we do after collecting it. It's important not to clean it, nor take off the shells attached to it. It has to be handled with care because shells can be very useful to know how long it's spent in the sea.
These instructions are essential. Those living on the Malagasy coast tend to be poor and ill-informed. They've been offered a reward for any good discoveries.
If people come to us with any old thing, it's not going to work. They have to be pieces of aeroplane. We'll give out small rewards, but as I said before, we're financing everything. No one's helping us. You have to remember that. Now, I understand that this is going to go at a snail's pace. I couldn't take it for 2 years. I was desperate. I didn't feel like doing anything about it. Now I'm in the right state of mind to understand that it's going to take a long time. I don't want it to take 30 years, though.
The relatives of the missing are heading to the beaches to look for plane debris themselves. The Chinese plan to go with Blaine Gibson to Sainte Marie, where the private detective says he's already unearthed a dozen clues.
So once you go to the beach, please have a look, and if you find something, do this.
2 days later, and 500 kilometers further north in Sainte Marie, the Chinese families want to believe that they will make a discovery against the odds. Everyone hopes for the same luck as the American by finding an actual piece of the Malaysian Airways Boeing. Blaine Gibson's plan is to visit all the sites where the currents have already washed ashore items that could have belonged to the aircraft.
Let's go find some more of this plane. No, it's nothing. Okay. I thought that it could have been clothes or bags.
Progress is slow. Huge deposits of flotsam wash up on Madagascar's shores. But sometimes pieces of airplane can be found among the piles of rubbish.
We just passed through and there was nothing here. And now as we come back, just a few minutes later, here is this piece that appears to be Malaysia 370 interior cabin debris.
An amazing discovery which simply washed in on a wave before our very eyes.
If we compare it with this sand, that's already dry, and that is still wet. Let's pick it up together. The hexagonal honeycomb here, the fiber outside, this is identical to other pieces of interior cabin debris we have found.
Blaine Gibson could be holding another piece of the puzzle in his hands. The 16th such object found on this beach. Another surprise awaits the families at the reception of the only hotel on the beach. A Malaysian member of the official investigation team. It's Aslam Khan's first visit to Madagascar, and his presence is mainly due to the attention the families have stirred in international media. His job is to recover any discovered evidence, just like this one.
This is a honeycomb sandwiched panel, and it appears to have the construction of being an aviation part.
Which part could it be, according to your knowledge?
It looks like something which is from the interior, but you know, we can't say for sure.
The Malaysian inspector's trip hasn't been for nothing. The Chinese families have made another find.
Hello? Tell me, did you find anything today?
Find this.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Yes.
Maybe.
No doubt. How do you feel finding this? Did you find this?
I have mixed feelings.
It's complicated.
Yes, I know.
Yes, I'm a little happy, but also sad. I'm happy to participate in finding the truth. Even if it's just a small contribution, it means the trip will be worth it.
Inspector Khan comes over to examine the find. It's the first time he's helped directly in the discovery of a piece of aircraft debris.
I found this.
Good, you use the plastic bag. You learn very well. Okay, good find. It may be from the aircraft, it may not be from the aeroplane. But in any case, please hand it in and for us to carry out evaluation. But very good, good job. You know?
All these pieces of evidence are headed for Malaysia. But are they fated to end up on the forgotten shelf, or will they be given a proper examination to finally help solve the MH370 riddle?
Our reporter Renaud Fesseguet is here. Renaud, thank you so much for your report. The agony of these poor people is hard to imagine. They want answers, none can be found. What do they want the authorities to do now?
What they ask the authorities to do is to undertake a serious investigation quicker than the one that has been underway, that they come up with answers. It's not normal that 3 years on, the Australians and the Malaysians have no answer. The reports by the Malaysians and the Australians are very confused. There is no answer to what happened.
And all the time, they've lost people. It's hard to imagine just what people are going through. Who do they blame for the loss of the flight, for the loss of their loved ones, and for the lack of answers?
I think they blame everybody. When you're in that situation, you blame everybody in the world. The Frenchman feels great rage, and he's angry with the French government for doing nothing, for not helping the investigation. He's angry with the Malaysians for the same reason. Their investigation isn't moving forward. He's angry with the Australians because for 3 years they searched in the place, in the wrong place, and so he's angry with everybody. The Chinese and the Malaysians. It's surprising. The Chinese, and in this report, they express their feelings. The passengers are human beings, and that's what they want. They want some truth.
Let's take a look at the search area, because this map will show exactly the scale of what's been going on. Tell us a bit more about this, Renaud.
It's incredible. In fact, according to the official theory, the plane crashed in the search area, in the blue search area. It's incredible because it's based only on pings, on little sounds made by Inmarsat, a satellite. This is very much criticized. We don't know why that zone was declared as the search area. After 3 years of searching, 120,000 square kilometers, it's an enormous area. It's a quarter of the size of France. And these searches have now been abandoned. The Australians say it may be a bit further to the north. But all of this is very confused, and it adds to the confusion and anger of the families.
Added to the scale is also the depth of the ocean. It is literally looking for a needle in a haystack. Renaud Fesseguet, thank you very much indeed for your report and your analysis afterwards. We appreciate everything you've had to say to us. And thank you for watching too. This is, of course, Reporters on France 24. You can see Renaud's film again via our website, france24.com. Stay with us.
Thank you.